So I shared my screen already, and hopefully you guys can able to see now. Okay. So last 1 or 2 days we are discussing about what DAX queries, right? DAX expressions, and we started with the date and time functions, and we started with the logical functions. Maybe 1 or 2 is pending. From that we will move to the information functions. I'm sure we can complete information today, and then we can start the 1 or 2 functions from the textual functions also. Okay, so let me open ppt. Where is the DAX functions? This one. Is it opening or not? So this is the same pbx file which we have been using from the turn off null notification to 1 second. Yes, so yeah, so we are good with the date and time functions. I think date and time, and we started with the logical functions. Out of those, we understand what is a true functions, false, not, and function, and then what is our function. And is nothing but the all the conditions should satisfy, then only the total will become a true condition. Like if you have two condition has to be satisfied. R is nothing but either any one condition. If it is true, then whole expression will become the true. That is what we have understand. So now the next one is logical functions. If condition, if error, and then switch statements. So you know, right, what is if condition? Normal, you want to check the condition if one column equal to this much, I want to print that one, something like this. So now let's see, take any of the column. Let me check any relevant column. I will check the easiest one. Yeah, let's say I have a gender statement here. Okay, first of all I will show you the what is the syntax for the if condition, then you will easily understand. So I'm adding a column now, new column. Okay, yes, so c underscore if condition, like if syntax is there, if checks whether a condition is met and return a one value if true, and return another value if the value is false. So as I told you, we are in the discussion of the logical functions. The most of the logical functions output would be either true or false only. So add some condition. For example, if I don't have gender column here, but we can add this country column only. So English country, reason name. See this one, we don't have a equal operator here. Like a logical test result if true. So I'm just checking with the Canada. Then result if true. Result if true. Whenever the condition matching, so what do you want to print out? For example, I would like to print as a something called like I'm just for understanding, I'm giving test. Okay, and else part result if it is a false. Wherever is not matching, then I'm making as a NA. I think it will expect numeric values. Let me try this one. Okay, fine. String also is giving proper route. Now what I'm trying to do now, I'm checking the only English country reason name. If this country values equal to Canada, then what do you want? Then print as a test, else it is making as a NA. That is what my intention. Now is going for the else part because the condition is false. Select wherever Canada values, you will understand. See, now test is coming because that is what I'm trying to print. If this equal to this, then what do you want to print? For example, if you make it as a something called like capital Canada, okay, now enter it, you will get the same value. Whatever you are entering here, this is for the true condition, else part will be NA. So is it mandatory here? It is not a mandatory because whenever writing any expression, make sure that how many parameters is showcasing. One is logical text, if condition true, if condition false. But if you see the if condition false, it is in the square bracket. The wherever the parameter available in the square bracket, that is optional. Either you can give it or not giving also by default. Maybe it might be taking the blank values. Let me check. For example, Australia. See, now it is going. I think we have something wrong with the expression now. Yeah. So English country reason name. I'm pasting like this. Enter it. Since I have not given the else part, I'm just curious to see what will take the this one. For example, France, it is going for the blank value. So if you don't like to display blank value, you want to customize, then include the else part. Then include the else part. So that is what about the if condition. If condition. Now let's remove this filter. Let's remove this filter. Let me make it as a sort ascending order. Now let's say I'm going to add a one more column. The same if condition only. I'm going to give the example because if is regularly used one. Let's try to understand. Okay. C underscore nested if. Nested. What is the meaning of nested if? Inside a if, there is a one more if. For example, if we'll try to print based on this column because it's a numeric column for easy to understand also. Wherever geographic equal to 1, I would like to print as a ONE1 like characters. Wherever 2 is there, TWO2, THRE3, something I'm trying to print it so that you guys can easily understand. Where geographic key equal to 1, then what do you want to print? 1 else part. For example, as I said, it is a NA. Close it. Okay. Enter it. Now look at this one. Look at this last column. The first record here, the first record, as you can see clearly, 1 is there. Wherever 1 is there, I'm printing as a 1. Rest all the cases printing as a NA. That's why the first one is coming as a 1. Rest all coming as a NA, something like this. So what I'm trying to say, I would like to add Again one more condition. Wherever 2 is there, here print as a TWO2, THRE3, FOUR4, something like this, like multiple if condition. Can anyone tell me the syntax? Where to change and how to change it? So this first condition, we don't have any changes. Abhay, can you give it a try? Midin, are you there? I think people are muted and getting ready for office. Am I right? Yeah, bhai. Okay, you were speaking. I'm not able to hear any of you guys. Are you guys able to hear me? How about others? Bharat, Priya, Midun. No, can anyone unmute and speak to me? I want to make sure that I'm audible. I mean, your voice is audible to me.
Yes, I'm.
Yeah, Priya, I can able to hear
Hello,
you.
Bala.
Yes, yes, I can
Can
able
also
to
hear.
hear you.
Same here, brother.
Yes, sir. Tell me any one of you. What is a nested if condition? My requirement is very simple. Wherever 2 is there, I want to print as a TWO2 here. One more condition. Can I start one more if condition here?
Else if
Else if, okay. We don't have a relevant function here, else if. So if else also we don't have it. So we need to use one more if condition, Bharat. So if, tell me what is one more condition? Same geographic key equal to 2, comma, then what you want to print, comma, else part also. Else part anyhow always will be NA. And here TWO2. Make sure you are closing the brackets. You are closing only this if condition only. We need to enclose a one more. See, as soon as I closing this one, there is a little bit highlighted here, gray color. I don't know how many of you recognizing this one. So like this also you can understand which bracket we are closing. For example, when I put only one bracket, now see where it's got highlighted. Are you able to see this one? Here this bracket got highlighted. So that means still it
Yeah.
is open. This one is still open. You need to close it.
Yeah.
So like this also you can able to understand. Now click on enter. So now we got the 1 and 2 also. So this is okay when we have the 1 or 2 condition. If you're trying to validate, for example, if customer belongs to so and so region, then we need to ignore him, something like this. 1 or 2 conditions is okay, but when you have the 10 condition, then you can imagine, right, how much code will be repeating. How much code will be repeating? For example, I'm adding one more if condition. If geographic key equal to 3, comma, so one more bracket has to be closed and enter it. So like this we need to add the n number of if condition within a if, one more if condition. But the only thing is the code is repeating each and every time. See this one, geographic key, again if logical function geographic key, again logical function geographic key. So if that is the case, if you want to avoid the if you want to avoid the if condition, then we need to use a one more, that is called as a switch condition, switch statement. Okay. If you ask me, switch is nothing but alternative for the nested if. If you have only two condition, you can straight away go for the if condition. If you want to validate more than 2 conditions, then I would suggest to go for the switch condition. So switch is nothing but alternative for the nested if condition. So let me add a new column. C underscore switch equal to SWITCH. Switch. What is the expression? Now what is the value 1? Result 1. Value 2, result 2, and so on. So else part will come into picture. Tell me, what is the expression now? Same geographic key only. Geographic key only, comma. If the value is 1, then what do you want to print? Only. Comma. If value is 2, comma TW. And comma values, for example, I'm giving as a 5. I'm ignoring 3 and 4, comma 5. Make sure you're adding the else part also. Else any. That's it. So now check this one. Is the both the values are matching? 100% matches. 100% matches. Here we given as a 5, but there we given as a 3. But if you see the first two, it's matching 1 1 2 2. But only thing is the code is not repeating. It's easy to understand also. But if you go to nested if here, now it's difficult where we have started, where we are ending. So it's difficult to understand also. To simplification or avoid the nested if, you can go for the switch condition. So wherever required, you can use it for the if and switch condition. Anyone has any questions till now?
Can't we do it for all the numbers?
All the numbers means like 1 2 3 4 5.
Yeah, without extending the formula, like each number.
No, that is difficult. So without writing switch conditions, we can't see wherever 1 is there, we need to print 1 2 3 4 5, something like this. We need to give the expression. So do you have any other programming language?
No idea. So just wanted to know.
Yes, we need to write the expression. Okay, the next one is the only one is pending, that is called as a if error. If error messages. So when do you get the error messages? If any condition, maybe syntax errors, or it can be reason might be anything, but it may fail sometimes. In that case, if you expression it become failing, automatically the whole column values will become a wrong values, or you may not populate the value also. So in that case, always good practice. Let me have any integer columns. I will go to fact table. Okay, so here I have a new column. Let's say C underscore if error equal to, first see what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to, there is a order quantity, just multiplication into, sorry, unit price to get the total sales amount. Okay, now assume that I'm getting one more extra column. That column name I'm giving as if error. I mean, the column is not that much relevant. Now as you can see here, this column is nothing but a multiplication of the two column values. If you want to see the column values, I will showcase. So this is what the unit price, this is what the order quantity, these are the two columns I'm multiplying and deriving this one. Let's say due to some reasons, while this 4 has been working fine, here assume that some junk data is available. Okay, here is not able to multiply these two values, even though every data has been populated, only because of this wrong data every expression will become failed. So that case, what you can do, okay, that case you can add as a if error. If error, listen carefully, read the description, returns value if error, if the first expression is an error and the value of the expression itself otherwise. So to be simple, two parameters, one is the value, what are the column, what are the expression we are trying to do, what is the expression I'm using here, order quantity into unit price will be my expression or my value if error message, something goes wrong, okay, something goes wrong, I would like to print as a -1. That's it. The whole expression will not fail. The whole expression will not fail because we don't have proper data. I mean, we have data is properly aligned, but I'm just giving the worst case. I will do one thing. So give me a minute. I'm adding one simple example. For example, test table, column 1, column 2, column 3. Here I have 1, 2 and 3. Maybe 10, 10 and 13. So this one I'm just making as a 0, 1 and 5. Listen carefully. I hope everybody know that divide by 0 error, correct? There are pending changes in the queries. You can apply it. Take the new table which we created. Okay. Listen carefully. I'm adding as a new measure. For example, I'm adding as a division. Let's say C2. No, we need to give the table name also. For example, I think I added a measure, right? Yeah. So I'm adding as a new measure. Sorry, new column. Just like I wanted division. Division is nothing but C2, okay, divided by C1. This is fine. 10 divided by 1 will be 10 only. 10 divided by 2 will be 5. 30 divided by 3 equal to 10 only. So now I'm adding as one more extra column. Same division 1 equal to, for example, like C3 divided by C2. Anything divided by 0. Then we need to go with the C2. Now see this one. Why infinite is coming in the first row? What is the formula here? C2, this value, like first will be 10 divided by 0. Obviously, you will get as a anything divided by 0 equal to infinity. We have been reading this one from the 7th or 8th standard, correct or not? And second option would be 10 divided by 1 will be, output will be 10. And third will be 30 divided by 5 equal to maybe some decimal values, 5 will be coming or 6. 5, 6 or 30. So now this is what it will be treated as a error message. Let's say that if the customer asking, boss, I don't want to display infinity. I don't want to display infinity. Can you replace with the some -1 or 0, something like this? So then this is where you need to use if error. What do you want to display? -1. Enter it. See now it's become a -1 value. So this is how wherever applicable, if error is nothing but it can be any reason, it can be any reason. At the time of division, assume that one column, for example, okay, if you keep on talking it will be never ending. This is what the two example I given. Wherever some conversion error message comes, that time also you can handle it if error messages. So with this one, we are good with the logical functions. True and false, not, or, and. So we are good with the two category. Next one would be move on to the information functions. Anyone has any questions till now? So only two category only completed. So the next one is where is information functions. So information functions also, I may not be covering all the functions. Like I will cover like whatever important and very easy to understand. Okay. Now, for example, is even. Okay. First I will target the easiest one. Is blank, is something and all. Like if you see this one, it's very easy to understand. If the column having any blank values or any error message or even number or non-textual columns, number column, we'll see one by one. Okay. So is blank, is even, is logical. Okay, we'll try to understand this much. Let's see later onwards. Okay. So this I will rename this one. What I have done. If error. Logical functions, if error functions. So the next function would be like is number, is numeric, something like this. Now I'm adding as a this one only, or I will make a new copy. Duplicate. See, actually it is not required, but when I'm sharing this file with you guys, you can able to easily understand. Okay. So information functions and close and apply. So now also you can go to the information functions. Now see, you will get only original columns only. Sometimes it will not refresh. The first one is new column. Am I going to new measure yet or still in the new column? Okay. So is blank value equal to is blank of column name, for example C1. Close it. So why we are getting as everything is a false? In the column 1 we don't have any blank value. In the column 1 we don't have any blank value. For example, now I would like to add a one blank value for this column number C1. I want to modify the same data, existing table data. Is it possible to modify the existing table data? Then tell me. 8 queries. Yeah. Where to go? How to modify it? First of all, I need to go to the table, information functions. Right side, there is a settings option here. Okay, here there is a settings option. So double click on that. It will go to the again design mode. So here what I want is I would like to add a one more row, but other values are there, but only that particular row is having the blank value. Now the same way I would like to add the one more column as well, like for example C4 A B 5, like a mixed values. and 6. Click on OK button. Now close and apply. Okay, fine. So now listen carefully. Why the true is coming in the last row? Sorry. Why this row is having true? Because the expression, if you see, if the column 1 having any blank value, then display as it true, because it's an information function, right? For example, whenever you are seeking some information from others, you are asking, can this bus go to the Chennai or not? If he knows, he will say yes, it will go, or no, yes or no, something like this. The information or logical function, most of the functions are yes or no answer categories. So that is what about the is blank. Okay, I'm adding new column. Yeah, is even, same number. For example, C1, whether it's an even number or not. The first one is false because it is an odd number. It is an odd number. Wherever odd number is there, it will print as a false. So that is what about the even numbers. So what else we have it? Is error also available? Is logical? Is number? We'll check. Easiest one is number equal to is number of C1. Any column you can take. I'm just going with the C1. So now this one you can see everything is a number except last row, because last row we have a blank value. It is not a number. Same way, if I change it to C4, you will be able to understand. See now, the false, 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 false. Can anyone tell me, even though we have 5 and 6, why it is going for the false? It's a number, right? Any guess? No? The reason is very simple. Select this column, go to the modeling, check the data type. Yes or no? So simple, reason is very simple. If that column is a text, by default it will print as a text only, like a false one. It is not a number. It is not a number. If it is text, automatically it will become a false only. See, text contains numbers also, right? Text contains numbers also. So that is what about the is number, and same function is error also you can apply it. I will add extra columns. Sorry, I think I'm eagerly waiting for message seems. C underscore is error. Is error I will showcase with the same example. In this table we don't have any error message. Is text also available? Is, so you can see this one, the is nothing but something is text is there, is empty, is error, is row, is filter. There are a couple of things available. So is text. For example, T1. What is output? Do we have any text in the C1 column? Sure. So for example, let's say C4. Supposed to get as everything as a true. See now? Because it's text column, right? It is a text column, that's why it's becoming a true. If it is a text column, then it will become a true, or else false will come into picture. So probably last one, I don't want to waste on this category particularly. So is non-text also available? Is non-text of C1. What is the non-text of C1? What is output of this one for first record? Is it get true or false? Why true? It is a non-text, right? It is a number. Opposite to non-text. Obviously number only will become a true values here. Okay. I'm saving this one. If you see the PPT, we have a couple of more functions. Contains, custom data, and the lookup value and username. These are all very important. Contain function and lookup value. But this two will be I will cover as part of filter section. As part of filter section. Actually, it's supposed not to come in the information section, but anyhow, they listed here. These two will be. Remember and ask me if I forget also. The contains and lookup value is very important. Please make a note of this one. Okay, so that is what about the information functions. Let's move on to the textual functions. Textual function. Before moving here is a very important topic. This also. Anyone has any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. If you guys know little bit, like normal English, then textual function is very easy. For example, I want to find the length of the column. Okay, I want to find the length of the column, and let me go to textual functions here. Filtered. So I think it's the last one. Okay, there are many functions available. One is a length function. For example, you want to convert the column into lowercase or uppercase, lowercase or uppercase. See this one. And for example, trim function, you have some spaces before or after or in between. You can go for the trim functions. For example, a replicate, you want to repeat the column values for 5 times. Then you want to replace wherever null value is there, you want to replace with different values. Anything, for example, mid value, in between you are looking for something values. Then there is a concurrent operation and there is a code function blank. So these are mainly used one. Okay, so let me start with simple functions today. The pending will be continued by tomorrow. Clear? So next one will be I'm using left function and the right functions. Trim also we can use it, no problem. Trim function, yeah. Repeat function also is available. Replicate or repeat, whatever you call upper. So lower functions. So we'll try to understand easiest ones today. Okay. So for this one also, I need to have a one more separate table. Let me make a copy of this one. For example, I will copy dimmed it. How to make a copy? Go to edit queries. This textual columns, we have many columns here. Text functions. Okay. Also, I think we can export some of the columns. Choose columns. City, state, country, postal code. I think 5 columns is enough. Close and apply. Where is my table? Text functions. So now, simple. For example, in United States, how many characters available? Or for example, city column, how many characters available? That case, add a new column. C underscore length column equal to, there is a length function here, len, and column name, for example, city. Tab, close it, enter it. So as you can see here, 8 characters. This completely A L H A M B R A, and Alfina A L P I N E, 6 characters here. So that is what about the length of the column. What are the column you want to filter it, you can apply that column into the expression here. Now for example, new column, the smallest functions would be uppercase equal to upper. For example, city or country, whatever it may be, you can take it. The everything will be converted into uppercase. Copying the same expression, right click, lower function, enter this one. So listen carefully, this is what the actual column, the first character coming as a capital of each word, but which is not happening in the lowercase. Everything has been converted into lowercase and uppercase. So that is what about the lower and upper cases. Anyone ping me? Fine. So the next one is new column C underscore. Before trim, I will replicate. I will tell you why I'm going for replicate. Equal to repeat. Okay. What is the text you are going to repeat and number of times? For example, I would like to repeat the text called hi. How many times? 5 times and close it. Now, are we getting any space in between? No, right? Let me make it small I and giving 1 space, 2 space and 3 space. Click on the enter. Now try to understand. Are we getting the spaces or not? So depends. For example, if you give the more space, that space will be occupied here. See now? We're getting as a more space. So now on top of this one, I'm going to apply the trim. Then you guys can easily understand, right? Now you understand what is the repeat function, right? So repeat is nothing but you can repeat. For example, instead of hi, if you say city value, automatically city value will be, I think this double quote is not required. This is a column values, right? The same city value, you can see this one. It is repeating 5 times here, something like this. So that is what about this one. Here also, if you want to get the space, can anyone tell me? Double quotes. Okay. Double quotes in space like this. Okay, fine. Tell me, still is not.
No, after city, I think you need to put a comma and then.
Yeah, comma is not required. We need to put and symbol because it is a dynamic column value. It is
Okay.
a hard code value. Same Excel.
Yeah, now
Same
it's like
Excel.
some
Now you will
continuous.
get as a one space here. As you can see, clearly we're getting as a one space. Same way here also, if you give in the more space, you will get as a more space here also. Now assume that. Let's move to our simplest example. I'm just taking as a single quotation, sorry, double quotation. Hi, I'm just printing. I'm giving like this. On top of this column, I'm going to apply the trim function. Everyone know that trim is nothing but trim. I'm sorry. C underscore trim function to remove the unwanted spaces. To remove the unwanted spaces on which column? C underscore replicate, because that is a column we have spaces, right? So that we can easily understand. Now tell me, is it removing spaces or not? If it is yes, then why we are getting still one spaces in between? You should remove
It's
everything, right?
always leave the no one space is always leave. I think.
Okay. For example, I'm adding before also. Before hi also there is space now. So this one you can see replicate before also space is coming, but trim is not coming because keep in mind trim will
It's
remove the
always
spaces, but it will keep one space. It will remove the spaces, but it will keep the only one space in between. That is what about the functionality of the trim. So the next one is, so we had done with the left function. No, length is done, lower and mid replace replicate, right is not there, search is there. So okay, so we'll continue with the what is the left function and right function and mid function. So three are very close functions. If you understand one function is very easy. So right click on this, add a new column, C underscore left of what is the text. For example, I'm taking as a country name, English country region name, okay, comma, number of characters you want. For example, I want only 4 characters, okay. Tell me one thing, how it is working here. Is it taking first 4 or last 4? This is what the column I'm taking, country names, country column. So it's taking as a unit because starting from the beginning by default, not a beginning, is the left side. Left side, start from the left side, go next to 4 characters and display it. That is what about the left function. And if you say like a 10, you will get as a 10 characters. Keep in mind, space also will consider as a 1 character. That's why it's coming as a including space here. Space also will coming considered as a 1 character. The same way, the quite opposite one, we will say 7 is enough. United. New column, C underscore, right is there, right of English country region name and 5 characters. United States, right? States will come as a, I think 6. Just for our understanding, that's it. So I think for this one, no need to give the explanation. Start from the right side, go backward 6 characters and display it. Okay. And probably last function of the day, C underscore mid function equal to mid of, for example, whatever left and right, left will be starting at the starting from the beginning, right will be starting from the end of the beginning. And mid function, if you want to search in between, then we need to use a mid functions text, which column you are going to search it or looking for. English country region column, I'm starting from the starting position. For example, let's say start from the first position and go number of characters, next 7 characters and close it. Understand very careful. Now unit is coming because start from the beginning, because that's what I mentioned here. Starting position should be first character, and with the from there go to the next 7 characters. Let's say if I give as a 8 or 9 to start from the 7th character, yes, I think 7 8 will be space, 9th will be state. So listen, you NITE, 7 will be the D, correct or not? Sorry, 7 will be the space, 8 will be the yes, states will come, correct or not? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say start from the 8 characters, start from the 8th character, go next to 7 characters. Anyhow, we have only 6 only states. That's okay. It will go to the till end. See now. state is coming. So that is what about the mid functions. So rest will continue tomorrow. Length is done, left right function, mid also done, replicate and trim upper and lower. That's what we understand till now. Length, lower, replicate, trim, left. Okay, so rest we can continue tomorrow. Most probably it will go another 4 hours or even 5 hours also if required. DAX queries. Okay, okay guys, I'm just closing. If you don't have any questions, go to drop.